Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of In Conversation with Rudy Samuel. Today, I've got someone I met 5 years ago who's been doing the absolute most in many departments of life. Motherhood, she's a lawyer, she's an entrepreneur, businesswoman, and she's a friend of mine as well, someone I really appreciate. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Henrique. What up, my friend? How are you? Welcome to my podcast. It's been a long time coming.
Rudy,
we're here today. How does it feel?
Much. I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm here. So thank you.
Shout out to you. We have a lot to unpack. And in advance, thank you for your honesty and your vulnerability, because I feel like your story is definitely one to share. So let's go to the beginning, man. Talk to me. Who are you? Who is Henrique? Besides being a lawyer, a mom, an entrepreneur.
So Henrique is a simple girl. Mm-hmm. I grew up in the east of Johannesburg, Yeoville to be precise. Mm-hmm. So I grew up, I don't want to say humble beginnings like everyone says. I think I had an okay life. Grew up with my parents. I am the second of four. And obviously now you mentioned I am a mom. So yeah, I'm just a simple girl from Yeoville who grew up doing life,
having fun with the koopsies.
Having fun with the koopsies, HBK, shout out. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. So I want to go straight into it. Your early 20s took a different direction. You felt pregnant. Let's talk about that. Talk to me. When you were having fun, yeah, it was all good. And then one day you woke up feeling a specific way and then you went to get a test, blah, blah, blah. Walk us through that, because it's very important for where we're going with the conversation. So talk to us about that. How did you feel turning or getting pregnant that young?
Yeah. So I think maybe let's just go back into the relationship.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
I was in varsity at the time at UJ and met a lovely guy who was my best friend. So I believed.
Beautiful.
I was in love, and I honestly feel like when we get into relationships when we're that young, you don't see it going that direction. And unfortunately for me, things just took a bad turn, It was fun. The relationship was fun. We had a lot of fun out every day and stuff like that. But I quickly learned or realized that this is not my life. I can't live this fast. And unfortunately, by the time I made that realization, I had found out I was pregnant. Mm-hmm. And tough. I think even in the way that I found out, people have choices. If you find yourself in that situation, you can choose. But for me, I had no choice because my mom found out before me. And by the time she's telling me I'm going to 6 months.
Oh, that's 3 months left.
Dude, so you can't even be okay, I'm getting rid of it or I don't want to keep it. Your mom found out.
How did she find out before you?
So I had gotten sick. And she was like, no, you should go to the doctor, and I went to the doctor, who is our family friend. So when he did the test and everything, he was just like, oh, you know what? I think it's constipation. Here's this medication, take it, come back on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And then when I left, he called my mom and told my mom, okay, Henrique was here and she's pregnant and she doesn't know. Mm-hmm. But now when I look at it in hindsight, I'm like, I think he saved my life.
Shout out, yeah.
My mom is a typical Congolese mom. and she would have had my head, you know. So she's the one who then the day after had to break the news to me, oh, I was at Dr. So-and-so. And he said this, what's up, Oh, it was a lot. But yeah.
And obviously you did mention that, you're Congolese and stuff. What sort of guilt and shame did you have to go through during that time from society? Because I believe it must have been just a little bit difficult.
Not just a little bit difficult. It was very difficult. I think it still is very difficult.
Who cares what they say? Look at you today.
Rudy, you care. So I've always been that child though. I never really cared. And growing up, people always said so many crazy things about me. She's fast. She likes to be outside. And my dad was a bishop. So it was bishop's child. They don't listen. PKs.
We know them.
We have a bad reputation. I never cared until I got to this point. So that, number one, being Congolese. Secondly, you are still in varsity, you haven't graduated. My mom at the time had a shop at the Yeoville market. So you can imagine all the mamas know
I know that place, yeah.
It was a lot. I think even friends and cousins during that point, I lost so many friendships because people were saying the most outlandish things.
Of course, yeah.
And I never understood, like, who did I kill, you know? But it was so shameful. And I think I'm so grateful for lockdown because my son was just born a few days after we went into lockdown. And that helped me because I didn't have to be outside, you know? But prior to that, like when I had just found out, I stopped going out, Rudy. I couldn't go to church.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't go to the shops. The only places where I went was the doctor's appointment and back home, because also the father of my child was kind of known in my area and not for the greatest things. So you just step outside, people are looking at you, people are taking pictures of you.
Oh, that's insane.
It was really a lot, you know. Yeah, I don't wish that on anyone.
Yeah, and thanks for sharing that. Again, I repeat, it's just to show where we are now in 2025. And I feel like that difficult times that you were going through, or those difficult times you were going through, sort of gave you the fuel, because where you are requires a lot from you, and you had to go through some difficult times to get to where you are today. And obviously you did mention that you were at school, you still managed to finish school, you graduated, which is something great. You didn't let whatever happened stop you. So how did you navigate studying, being a mom, and, you know, trying to find your feet, you know, early in your 20s, and lockdown as well? How did you navigate through all of that?
Listen, I think lockdown is something that just changed my life because we had a pause also. I think it was 1 or 2 months where the university obviously had to figure out how we'll now transition into online learning.
I was doing my postgrad during that time.
Really?
Yeah.
So during that time, I think I had enough time to think, because for me, giving up is never an option, you know, but I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know at the time whether I would still stay with my parents. I didn't know whether I'm getting married. Like, there was so much blur. So I think that pause that we had, and just having the newborn and spending some time with him, I had time to realize, like, dude, you have to continue, you know? So I think, yeah, it helped me a lot to figure out exactly what I needed to do. And at that point, after being sort of crucified by everyone, I sort of figured out that if I mess up here, like, I've already messed up, but if I don't fix this, there's just no turning back. So I have to finish this degree. It's my final year. I need to push.
So LLB, right?
LLB, the whole LLB.
Lawyer, look at you. Purr. So then how has being a mother influenced your approach in business and decision making?
Listen, everything I do now, I do for my son.
I can see that.
Yeah, everything I do for that boy. He deserves the best. I think despite the situation, how he came about, it wasn't the most ideal, but he has nothing to do with that. Like, he's God's angel. And I did have a bit of a difficult childhood, but I need my child to live a better life. And that's my driving force, you know?
Yeah.
So whatever I do, I think about him. Every customer that I have, they help me feed my child. And so that pushes me to be professional, to be focused, to be creative, to work even when I'm tired. Like, my son is definitely the driving force.
And how did it feel to walk down that stage at UJ at the end of all that you had to go through? How did it feel that day?
Rudy, I cried.
Yeah, of course. And you're a crier still.
I'm a crier. Everyone knows when I cried. The first time I actually cried was, you know, when we get our results and then it just says there,
qualification obtained.
Rudy, I called my mom immediately and I cried. She was also like, okay, I know you're happy that you graduated, but calm down. I couldn't believe it. But for me, that was just, it showed me that, things aren't that bad.
Exactly.
You know, so walking down the stage as well was, I felt like this is a beginning to a very long story. And I was just so grateful, because I know that I'm also very blessed to have been in that position, because so many girls who are in what happened to me happened to them never get that chance. So it's a moment I'll never forget.
Beautiful. And many women, you know, like in our culture, sort of carry the silent weight, silently carry the weight of shame around early pregnancy and stuff. And looking back now, what would you say to your younger self in that moment?
Ooh, that is a deep question.
I mean, I am him after all. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Look, I can't say that it's not shameful.
Yeah.
Because one thing I won't do is sit here and act like having a baby out of wedlock is something good because I managed to come out of it. It's still shameful, but I feel like you are in the position to change your story. You are responsible for it. So the decisions that you make here and now is what is going to determine your future. You know, so if Henrique at 22 sat and was like, oh my gosh, now I'm a baby mama and it is what it is, I would have been in Yovo, I don't know, selling mikate or something because I didn't make good choices. So yes, you are here. This is your new reality. Accept it. But you're not the worst person. Move on and you can do it.
Yeah. And talking about moving on, take us back to when we first met, because when we first met coincides with the success of today that you have. Not that I was the reason why you succeeded. No. But I was there a little bit, I wish. But I was there at the beginning. So talk to us. Where did we meet and how and when?
Rudy, it's 5 years.
It's 5 years.
Since
crazy.
we last met. So I met Rudy at the 243 Pro Network first networking event.
Yeah.
At that point, my business was like a month or two old, and they invited us like, hey, do you want to have a stall? Come and showcase what you did. At that point, I didn't even have like a logo or a business card.
Yeah.
So I remember Jess and I quickly scrambling. We cooked some food to take there so that people can try. And I'm a perfectionist. In everything that I do, I strive for perfection. So we had our little stall with our tablecloth, trying to make everything look cute. And I'm stressing. I was really stressing. And you were sitting across me. I think there was someone selling coffee or something.
Yeah, probably. I don't remember, yeah.
And you just looked at me and you're like, dude, can you chill? And I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, you don't know me.
We don't know each other from anything.
We
Yeah.
literally didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Like, can you chill? Like, your food looks good. It smells good. Everybody that's passing here is waiting to like try your food. Can you calm down? And in my head, I was like, this boy.
This boy.
But yeah, I think from then our friendship just
100%.
flowed,
Yeah,
and you've always been that person for me. So
always,
I'm so grateful.
Of course, at every event that you host, I'm always trying my best to get you to calm down because I know you're a perfectionist. Which leads me to my next point, Mudondu Samba, the reason why we're here. Talk to us about Mudondu Samba, what it is, where can we find you, what it means for you, and how you got to creating it.
So,
and what does it mean?
Good question.
Mudondu Samba.
So Mudondu Samba was birthed after my son was born. I had 2 baby showers, right? My friends had one for me. My mom had one for me. I had so many gifts, diapers, you name it. So for the first few months of my child's life, he didn't need anything. And then I think after 3 months, the diapers are finishing. Maybe they were size 2 and 3. Now he's moved on to 4. And I start to realize like, okay, this child needs to eat. He needs diapers. He needs clothes. The gifts that people gave me are finishing. What am I going to do? I'm in my parents' house. I can't also go to them and be like, hi, can I please have 200? And one thing about me is I hate asking. I hate asking for help. So I had to think, like, what can I do? The first thing that I did was I got an online job and they were literally paying me 1,000 rand. So I did it and I got the first paycheck, obviously spent it on my son, but 1,000 rand is nothing.
Ain't enough.
It ain't enough.
Not
so
at
I
all.
was like, nah, I'm going to do this job for 1 more month and then bank on something that I'm good at, which is cooking. Cooking and hosting, that is my thing. So the next salary that I got, which was another 1,000 rand, I literally went to the store. I bought some like plates and then I got some food, cooked it in my mom's kitchen. By then, we're still living in Yovo. Took pictures, posted it. Also, I've always been someone who knows a lot of people. So when I posted it, there were mixed like signals and mixed reactions. Like some people were like, oh yeah, now she's a baby mama. She's now going to do malewa. But then other people were like, oh, and lockdown still. So that's how it started. So by then, we didn't really have a name. We were just selling because people were home and they didn't have food. But then people started taking me seriously. And I was like, you know what? This can become something, And I thought of the name, and no shade, but I feel like your business name is a good conversation starter.
100%.
So when you're asking me, okay, in conversation with Rudy Samuel, already I have to ask, like, what do you mean? So I didn't want to have a name that was like Henrique's Kitchen or Henrique's Chicken, because that's basic.
Yeah.
So I spoke to my mom, and my mom's language is Kimbala because she's Mukongo from Bandundu. And in her language, Mudondu Samba means Nzete ya Mbila, which is a palm tree. So if you think about it, a palm tree bears many fruits, not just the palms themselves. You get palm oil, gunpowder was made from palm trees. Like the list is endless. And for me, I believe I'm multi-talented. And so I didn't also want to just remain in catering because I'm a final year law student. I know that this is not where my story is ending. So I felt like that name just encapsulated everything that I am. And it's perfect because right now, even when I want to sort of, move into something else, the name just follows.
Exactly. And, right now you're even working with government. So
Rudy.
Talk to us about the early challenges, the early challenges of starting a food business in Johannesburg as a young African woman. Like what sort of stuff did you have to go, through to get to where you are today? You're doing very well, my friend, by the way.
Thank you, my friend. I think access to market is one of the biggest challenges. You can have an amazing product, you can be professional, but if you don't have that access to where you want to go, it's sort of pointless. So for me, I think tapping into where I wanted to be was the most difficult. Because you have a catering service, you cook for people's parties and stuff, but is that really what you want to do? That was one of my challenges. Secondly, chasing more than one dream. I think until now, I'm still trying to find my footing.
Of course.
But back then, it was school. Okay, now you just graduate. You're trying to get your first job. Mudondu is growing. People want you here. You need to cater at this place. You're traveling. You don't have a team. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. So then obviously you're handling food and stuff. So is there any certificate, not qualification, which you have thousands of, is there any certification you need to be able to handle food, and how can one, get to getting those certificates?
So there is a lot of certification that you can get. For me, I have online certificates of food handling because I'm self-taught. I didn't go to culinary school.
And I love that a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So what I basically did is I don't know if I can say the names of the platforms.
Yeah, please. No, I have no shame. Look, I've got Valpre here. No one's paying me, so not a problem.
There's a great platform. It's called Allison, and they have courses for anything that you can think about, and they are ridiculously cheap, and some of their courses are actually free. So I do courses like food handling, food management, just to understand what I'm getting myself into. So that's my secret. And I also believe in learning from others. So you know me, I'm always attending one event or the other.
All the time. I got 4 links this week from her to attend.
So that's me. I go to where professionals are, and they will teach you exactly what you need to do. So compliance, number one. You need to tell the government what you're doing and just be in line with what they need you to do. And listen, it's not as complicated as people make it sound, but yeah.
And talking about government, talk to us about how you ended up doing one of your most successful years in 2024 with some gigs from government. Rudy, I'm so proud of you, my friend.
Thank you. I think, you know what, networking is powerful.
Yeah.
Networking is so powerful. I met a guy who I believe he's my brother. His name is Ezekiel. He owns a company.
When you say you believe he's your brother, from your mom and dad, or
no.
Or just in jail, in life?
Just in life.
Oh, I thought
that. So we just met.
You're so funny.
He has a company called Turn Up Society. And they do tents, events and stuff like that. And he had reached out to me, and I didn't know what he wanted me to do. I thought I was catering for his gig. So we do the first one, and it is at a children's home, Nelson Mandela Day. And he doesn't tell me anything. He's just come and cook. I give him the quote, he pays me. And that's how it started. And from then, because we did such an excellent job at the Nelson Mandela Day gig, things just opened up. I feel like even he didn't realize, like, okay, I know I reached out to this girl, but, you know. So from then, we then had access to starting to cater for government. My biggest event that I'm proud of till date was at the Johannesburg hospital. We literally
I was born there.
Really?
In 1996. Yeah.
Wow. So they had like a ministerial event there. The minister was in attendance, and they were doing like some trainings, and they ate my food. So, yeah.
How does that make you feel as a Congolese girl in South Africa with the recent history we have of xenophobia and blah, 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 and you working for the government of your adopted country? How does that make you feel? Because I saw it like that, as well as obviously your business growing. I saw it also in a political sense. How does that make you feel?
It's deep. It's deep because you're literally just this Congolese girl, but now you are here. And Rudy, I've had so many moments which have made me speechless, and that day was one of it, where they're telling you that the minister is eating your food. Who, me?
Yeah.
Like Henrique, you know, so it was really a reaffirming moment. And at that point, even my business was still young. We didn't have our own chefing dishes. We didn't have plates. Like, I remember scrambling around. My mom actually had to come to the hospital because we didn't have enough things, you know. And now when they're asking, who's the boss? Like, who's the owner? Who can I speak to? It's me.
It's you, yeah. You
It's
have to
me.
answer those questions. Yeah.
But I learned something important. Integrity and professionalism is what's going to take you where you need to go. At that point, they didn't hire me because I'm Congolese. They hired me because I was excellent and I did well. And they knew that we've worked with this girl before. So if we need her, she's going to deliver. And yeah, I realized like this thing of saying that I'm a foreigner in this country, so I can't get opportunities. No, you're not being professional.
True.
You're not putting yourself out there. You're not putting your best foot forward. So I realized like, nah, if I do my best, like, yeah,
you get recognized. Exactly. And through Mudondu Samba, we have ACE. Tell us a little bit about ACE and the street market and the private stuff that you do. Like you're doing so much, even the things you do on Saturdays, where sometimes I order as well for my home. Talk to us about all of that.
Rudy, it's a lot.
I know.
Okay, here's the thing. I believe I am God's child, and we have a very personal relationship.
Yeah.
So whenever I launch something, you need to know God spoke to me about it. So with the African culinary experience, it was something that came to me at like 2 a.m. I woke up, I couldn't sleep, and I just heard a voice that was like, you know what, do this, and it's going to be called ACE. I woke up, I went to Jess. Jess is my sister. Shout out.
She's the best. Sorry.
Jess is the best. Like, Jess is the greatest graphic designer ever. And I love working with her because I can yap. Yeah, I have this idea. This is what I want it to be like. But sometimes implementing is difficult. So I just went to Jess. I said, listen, I've been up from like 2. And this is the voice that has been coming. We need to do ACE. This is what it needs to look like. Do it. The same day, Jess started working on a logo. And we launched it and then started planning our first event. But there's a purpose and there's a reason behind it. So for me, Rudy, I am an economic development champion in everything that I do, my career, my businesses. And I thought, like, what can I do to empower other young Africans? Because at this point also I started working in corporate, and corporate will teach you a lot of things, you know? And so with ACE, what I wanted to do, one, was to educate, because you would meet people and they're like, oh, you're a foreigner, you're Nigerian. No, I'm not Nigerian, I'm Congolese, or that person is from Gabon or they're from Cameroon. Just because I'm a foreigner doesn't mean I'm Zimbabwean or Nigerian, because those are the popular ones. We need to teach people.
True.
Because they are excited to learn. And that's where ACE was born. Number one, to educate, to put our countries on the map, and also to give small business owners a platform to share what they do. Because there's so many people, when you sit with them and they create things from scratch, but they don't have a platform to share what they do. So with ACE, it's broken up into 2 segments. We have the private dinner, which is honestly just sampling different foods from different countries or seeing different cooking styles. Like the last one, we had chicken. How is it celebrated or enjoyed in different African countries. And then my absolute favorite, the street food market, which brings African street food and small business owners
Beautiful
to just
events,
show what they do. So yeah, that's Ace.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of acoustics, which I think we also forgot to mention that our friendship grew through always coming back to you to have a stall at acoustics. It just reminds me of acoustics in the sense that, bringing people together of different backgrounds and all of that. And I think it's a great initiative. I've attended some of them. Amazing as usual. I really enjoyed. And, things are looking good. Things are looking up. You get your kitchen and then kitchen burns down. Another challenge that you have to go through. Talk to us that moment when you smiling the smoke. Take us back there and take us to also how you managed to get over that. Because I remember calling you a couple of days after because I didn't want to call you instantly because I know it's stressful. But even your voice, I could just hear the heartbreak, and the disappointment at what you were going through. So talk to us about how you built up to this moment. You have your kitchen, like a whole professional kitchen. We were on journey with you on TikTok, how you were painting and everything, and then it just burns down. A couple of days or weeks after. How was that?
It was heartbreaking.
I know.
Heartbreaking. I think heartbreaking is even nice. It's a nice way of saying it. Rudy, I got funding for my business. So this is a story now. 2024, great year for Mudondu Samba. We get business funding, and I decided to put all that funding into having a professional kitchen. Worked on it so hard, spent so much. Really, my equipment was expensive.
Yeah.
Because I bought everything that I thought would take me where I wanted to go. So having the fire happen I felt like God left me. Because, dude, what do you mean? What do you mean? You've seen how hard I work, how many nights I've had to stay up, how much work went into this, the financial part of it also. I spent so much on that, and it wasn't even done because I still wanted to do more. I wanted to expand it. I wanted to add tiles. We're still going on the journey. What do you mean? It was very painful, but I think that being a Christian also, God will always remind you that he's good. And I think that's one thing that fire taught me. It's just that I feel like God was showing me that, you know what, I'm still good. And you need to remember that.
He is the fourth man in the fire after all. So what did you learn the most about yourself in the aftermath of the fire, spiritually, emotionally, and as a businesswoman?
Firstly, I learned that God has my back and that everything, even the bad things, happen for a reason. But I also learned that I am a survivor. For real. For real. I
love that.
Because I thought of giving up, which is crazy to hear me say. But yeah.
Yeah, and you took long to go into the kitchen. I kept telling you, you need to go back in. You need to go back in.
Honestly, if it wasn't for your sister, I wasn't going to go back.
My sister's taking you away from me. I don't like that.
That is the love of my life. That is the love of my life. God will send you people who you need exactly when you need them. So everybody was like, Henrique, we're going to help you build the kitchen. You can rise above this. And I'm grateful, for everybody who reached out to me. But she was like, listen, Always Breaking Bread is coming and I need you to do the food for it. Like, my sister, I don't have a kid. She's like, bruh.
Hey, man, make a plan.
So I literally was like, okay, fine. And because of that gig, I did it with my kitchen being damaged. Like, literally, Junior and I just cleaned it. We took away everything that was damaged and we cooked for Always Breaking Bread with a damaged kitchen. So, yeah, I believe that God loves me.
Amen, indeed. And I always love how you say we, because I've seen the team. Your brother's very funny, by the way. He's got this type of humor. If you don't understand him, you can be offended. But there's your sister, there's your mom, there's your brother. Talk to us about the team. I remember there was one gig in Mpumalanga. I think you weren't there or something happened and they had to go without you. Talk to us about the importance of that team, because not only do they help you with your business, they also help you with your child and stuff. So talk to us about them.
If there's someone who taught me the importance of a team, it's actually you.
Me?
Yeah, it's you.
Oh,
it's you.
Thanks.
Because from 2023, 2024, now I'm deep in corporate.
Yeah.
I'm traveling all the time.
She's a lawyer, by the way. Qualified lawyer.
But yeah, I'm never around and the government gigs are coming. So the thing about those also was that you can't really have a calendar and be like, okay, on the 21st, I'm doing this, because they'll call you and be like, we need you in 2 days. And in 2 days, I need to be in Pretoria for work. So I was doing everything by myself, Rudy. Like, I work alone. I'm used to staying up. I can cook for 50 people, one man. Like, I'm used to it. But then I was burning out so bad. I remember one gig. At the time I was working in Pretoria, I came back from work. I think Jess or my mom had to do the shopping for me. I stayed up the whole night. I cooked until like 3 a.m. And then I had like 2 hours of sleep. They left at 5, and at 7 I was on my way to work. So at that point,
the price of success,
I was struggling. And I remember speaking to you and you were like, dude, you need to be a leader. You need to be a leader. You need to find people who can help you and teach them and trust them. So my first team obviously was my family, my siblings, my mom, who's very supportive. She would come stay up with me, even if she doesn't understand what I'm doing. And then eventually it grew to our other team members, which I think our team is still growing. But I'm learning to train and let people do it. Because Mudondu, yes, when people see it, they see me, but I can't always be there because I'm also pushing my career. I need to grow. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I always see your mom at your events, always there in the back doing the most. So shout out to the team. God bless them. And thanks for helping her achieve her dreams. And I was making a joke off camera at how every day or every week we're seeing you post your qualifications and stuff. What are you doing, bro? And why are you always achieving things? Like, talk to us about your professional life now, because we spoke about your business life, your personal life, but now talk to us about your professional life and how you sort of make it balance with everything else that you're doing.
I always saw myself being very successful and
You are.
Rudy, I'm on the way.
You are, my friend.
But yeah, the reason why I studied law was because I wanted to make a change. I wanted to become a change maker. And I think I have so much to prove. I know I've done a lot already, but I still keep telling myself that it's not enough. And that's why I'm always chasing the next certificate, next qualification, putting myself out there. So to explain my career a little bit, I decided not to be like an admitted attorney of the High Court. I just felt like that wasn't my journey. I needed to go into something where I knew I was making an impact, because my name means ruler of the home.
Henrique. Ruler of the home.
Of the home. So when I think about that, ruler of the home, it's too deep. And home is not just where I come from.
True.
Home can be my community. It can be my country. Most importantly, it's my continent. So I need to live up to who I'm meant to be. And that's why I do what I do. So right now, as I mentioned, I believe I'm an economic development champion, because even in my work, that's what I do. I want to do work that influences policies which we have in our country. One day, in our continent, one day when we look back and we're like, okay, the economy of South Africa has changed just because I helped it. So yeah, I am, knowledge is power, Rudy.
I can see,
Knowledge is power. And I don't have my master's degree yet.
Oh, man.
So I need to bridge the gap. So I'm always open to learning.
So how many certificates do you have? Just quick, like an estimate.
Maybe 20.
No, man, come on. So you're talking about success, right? So what does success actually look like for you? Because for me, you are successful.
Thank you.
Because if you can be at a different place to where you come from, for me, that's a form of success. So for you, what does success look like?
For me, success means not having to worry about the things I worry about or the things I used to worry about. So for the fact that I have to wake up and say, oh, I have to pay school fees on the 25th, I'm not yet there. That's what success looks like for me.
So then in what ways does your legal background also help you with your business? How does it correlate?
I get this question so many times because I think it just doesn't make sense. But for me, LLB, it changed my life. The way that you think is different. The way that you speak is different. I know I come across as shy, but if someone asks me a question, I can find an answer. And that's because of my legal background. Now I've learned how to draft. I've learned how to understand contracts. I know how to meet with people. I know how to be professional. And I think, God lines up everything how it's supposed to be, because even with the stuff of like government, you have to know how to submit the documents that they need from you. So I think my degree has helped me to just have that touch of professionalism, knowing how to deal with people, how to show up for myself, and
And before we end, how do you balance everything? Being a child, being a mom, being a businesswoman, being an employer, being an employee, being a friend. How does that all come together? And then you still have your relationship with God. How do you make it work?
I think honesty. Honesty is the best policy. This thing of fake it till you make it, for me, it doesn't work.
I always say faith it till you make
Faith it till you make it. Believe, But I'm honest about my journey. I think sometimes people might think I'm an oversharer, but I overshare because I also struggle, bro. And if I come to Rudy and I'm like, friend, I'm struggling, that is what has helped me come together. So even in my professional life, it's honesty. My business, I'm honest about my journey, and I'm honest to myself. And that has taught me to just take it easy, you know? And also when you're honest, people come up with suggestions which can help you. So
100%. So what's next for you as a mom, as a business woman, and as a person in general? What's next for the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years?
I need Mudondu Samba and the African culinary experience to have presence on my continent. That is where I see myself in the next 5 years. We need to have the capacity to host ACE in Congo, to take ACE to Nigeria. And I also see myself, I don't know if I should say.
It's a safe space.
Is it?
I promise you.
I see my career also growing. I see myself being a huge change maker on my continent. And I see myself training as well, teaching, imparting the knowledge that I have gained in my short life to many people who need it.
And on the love note, do you hope for something?
Rudy.
When are we going to come celebrate you too? You know, we just celebrated Natalie, Nicole not so long ago, the Coopsies. You know,
look, no pressure.
One soon at the end of the year.
No pressure, but I'm hoping that, I can find my Prince Charming, because me, I'm a lover girl.
Yeah, big time.
I'm a lover girl, but dating has been a bit hard, But I have faith. I have faith that you guys will come to my wedding.
No, 100% will be
you
there.
You saw my list.
Yeah, I did.
And you were at the top.
I did. I saw pressure. But no, honestly, Henrique, man, this means a lot to me. You know me, I love sharing stories, especially stories I connect with or I relate to on a personal level. And you came on here, you were vulnerable, you were open, you told us the truth. And I always admire this platform because it's there to teach people that success is possible, but you also have to fight to get it. And when you get it, you have to fight to keep it, because it can go just like that. So I honestly continue to wish you the best. God guide you, God bless you, God give you the wisdom to do everything well for your son, for your businesses. And guys, don't forget that the future is African. Let's not get tired of supporting one another, helping one another. Let's not gatekeep. Let's always promote one another so that we can do better. And thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. And I am Rudy Samuel, and I'm signing out.